And hey there, Rino Soriano, the Conscious Health Alchemist, day 13 on your 30-day holistic health challenge. Today we're going to start getting into really nitty-gritty stuff. And today I want to talk about structured water. I had brought up the topic of structured water in previous videos, and I'm going to visually show you why structured water a little bit later on. But so what is structured water? So in modern society, most people are drinking water from plastic bottles. That's the most unhealthy thing that you can do. And there's many implications of why plastic bottled water is not healthy. Number one, the molecular structure of that water is not going to be small enough to enter into the aquaporin of your cells. If you cannot hydrate the body, you're not going to be able to get certain base element nutrients to your cells, but then you're also not going to be able to purge toxins and other bio wastes, calcifications and parasites. All this stuff is going to get stored in your body, and that's where most people are at nowadays. Is you have people that are very toxic and super dehydrated, and so the body is crying out for hydration first before nutrients, but yet most people think they're hungry, and so they wind up overeating on certain types of grunge foods. So for me, it's let's hydrate your body properly. So I'm going to set the record straight. There's a lot of information now on these machines and gizmos and gadgets. I've had them. You know, there's spinners and there's alkalizers and deionizers. I'm going to say save your money. I spent a boatload of money on these things to explore and experiment, and what I've seen is that it can actually mess up your health. I've actually met people that use these these machines, and they've actually wound up screwing up their organs. And also, there's also these things called reverse osmosis technologies for underwater, under sink units, and you know, you have all these companies using reverse osmosis. That's actually very unhealthy as well for long-term use. It can be okay for short-term use, but long-term use, it's actually been shown to deplete your body of viable nutrients, and it does not do what is claimed. You know, you have all these gimmicks now with these high pH waters at the store. Save your money. That is not the truth, okay? Because the second you open up those bottled water and you pour it in the glass, that pH is lowered and it's not the same. And it's in plastic, which also acidifies the water. So plastic bottled water is not the solution. The spinners and the alkalizers and ionizers are not the solution. The reverse osmosis is one of the worst because it's totally screwing at the atomic level. It's totally removing the electron from the atom, which now leaves that water lifeless. No life force, no hydration, no detoxification. It's that simple. You need life force energy in water. And you know, there's only one way that is the main proponent of how we're supposed to get structured water. It's called nature and Mother Earth. And we're supposed to be drinking water from streams and rivers where it's running and oscillating, and waterfalls. That water is full of life force. It's full of negative ions. When you drink it, that energy gets dispersed throughout your body, and it gives your cells ATP, and it helps it helps your cells to actually nourish, pull nutrients to your cells, but it also helps to purge. So you need structured water. You cannot rely on all these gimmicks and reverse osmosis machines and all this, and people are paying thousands of dollars. I spent $3,000 on one machine, and it was like supposedly the holy grail, and the second I started drinking water from it, I was like, this is not healthy. And then in digging a little deeper, I found out why. Save your money. I'm going to show you a tool that knocks the pants off at anything, and I'm going to show you visually with your own eyes, okay, within a couple hours of the miracles that happen. So I use a little thing called a vortexer. Ta-da! And this thing outdoes any machine and other gimmick that's out there. This little thing, food-grade plastic. Inside, there's balls that are arranged in unique geometric ratios, okay? Some people call it sacred geometries. So there's inside the balls, there's certain earth elements. And I know what's in here, but I'm not going to reveal it just because the inventor obviously would like to protect his invention. However, this thing is a powerhouse. Why? Because when you pour water through this tube, it does this double vortex. It looks like a tornado inside, okay? Comes out, and you can see it when you pour the water through. It looks like a braid. There's miracles happening in that process. Basically, this mimics nature. Anytime you're near waterfalls, water's oscillating and flowing, but you also have the negative ions. This thing is going to increase the pH. It's going to elevate the oxygen content of the water, and the most important part is it's going to rearrange the molecules so it can actually be absorbable by your cells. That's the most important component. It actually shifts the molecules. It actually makes them smaller so it can actually do what it's supposed to and cleanse your body. And so what I've seen personally, this unit will also erase the memory of your water, because memory or water actually stores the memory from where it's been. And so water is very easily programmable. You need to watch out where is your water, even having it in your house. How's your house going? Is it harmonic? Do you have it in your electrical fields? Because your water will take the imprint. You need to erase the memory before you drink water. That's the one thing I teach my clients. Erase the memory. You can do it with your consciousness, but this thing does it for you, so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to exert effort or energy. And this erases the. You got to erase the memory of the water before you drink it. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what else, but I've seen miracles happen with just this little thing, and you're not going to have to pay thousands of dollars, which is a gimmick. It's all designed to sell you. Stop buying what you are being told out there. It's 95 to 99% of what's being taught out there, even in the holistic field, is a bunch of bunk. And I visually prove it to people, okay? So the deal is, I'm going to show you a miracle. And I've taken some time. I structured this little bit of water, okay? I just ran some water through, I have Mountain Valley spring water. I ran it through a bottle and I passed it back and forth like 5 times. Ran it through here 5 times. This is structured water. Okay, now I'm going to do a little experiment with you, and it's going to only take maybe 2-3 hours. I have a little plant here. Come over here. I bought this plant at the farmer's market last week, and as you can see, it's on its way out. Look at this. It's drooping. It's drooping. It's pretty much got maybe 8 to 10 hours of life. It's literally, this morning it was actually more vibrant, but just look at this, okay? So, now, just so you might be questioning, well, okay, well, how are you going to show me this? I'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds. I'm going to physically prove it. Wait. Okay, here we go. So, here's my computer, and I'm going to log on. Can you get this? Today is Saturday, November 5th, 2016, and it's 12:52 and counting, and now it's 12:53. You got that? One more time, just so, okay, you see that, you got that, right? Okay, I'm going to create a miracle for you. I'm going to come back in 2 hours, and what I'm going to do is check this out, so you all know it's the same time. Look at this. I'm going to give this plant this structured water, just a little bit. That's all. That's probably like 3 tablespoons. And I'm going to let nature show you that when something's healthy, plants, by the way, are conscious. And they absorb things very quickly. It's actually, they absorb things through their cell membrane faster than humans. And so this plant is going to show you what structured water does. Physically, I can give you a sample of this water, but for time conservation and the doing this little experiment, I'm going to show you visually what structured water does to this plant. This plant is on its way out, yet I've just hit it with 3 tablespoons of water. I'll be back in like 2 hours to do part 2 of this video, and we will go from there. Be right back. Okay, I am back, okay? So I left you a little earlier. It was, I don't know, I'm looking at the clock. I mean, it wasn't even 2 hours earlier, but I'll show you the plant in a few seconds, but I just want to go back into reiterating. I did a little experiment with structured water on the plant, and you're now going to see the miracle that has transpired. I'm going to go get my computer just to show you that it's the same day, and it's literally like 2 hours later, so give me 5 seconds. Okay, here I come. Can we zoom in here? Look. It is November 5th, 2016 at 2:46. What time did we start this little shindig? It was like almost 1, right? And so we're at 2:46 and counting. Again, let's one more time. Look, the clock is moving. It's now 2:47. Just clicked on 2:47. It is November 5th. It's the same day. And come and look at the miracle. Look at the plant. Okay? If you recall, all the leaves were starting to droop like, and look at how they're rebounded. Look at this plant, how blinging it is. It's not even 2 hours later. Hit it with some structured water. Look how vibrant and alive. Okay? I remember personally, these leaves were down. They were drooping. This one here was almost gone, and look how it's opened up. This is what structured water does. It gives life. Gives life force energy. It brings things back to life. It regenerates. It rejuvenates. Okay? And I'll be right back in a second. Let me put my computer away. Hold on. Okay. So, this is one little visual proof that you can use to validate if something's good. You use life and nature, and plants don't lie. This plant would not be doing this if I gave it spigot water, unstructured. Okay? That's barely enough to keep most things alive. Barely. So I want to cover a few other important details about this little thing. This thing, as you drink this water day in and day out, it's going to start helping to purge your toxins, and the big one's called radiation. There's a lot of things going on with radiation nowadays, okay? You want to get radiation out of your body, okay? Because in the long term, you're going to hit a point of no return, and you're going to get your butt whooped, okay? And there's a lot of things going on with radiation. There's other things in the air. There's jet fuels being rained upon us and other things. You need to get that stuff out, otherwise it builds up and it's like a seesaw, and the weight keeps getting put on until one day you hit this point. It's called the point of no return. You're not going to have the wisdom, knowledge, or the money to get you back even to par. So this is my foundation for, if I'm going to have to recommend something to you, this is foundation. Structured water. You need to learn how to input it. You need to create it, because you're not going to get it. You can't go to the stream down the road. Everything's polluted. Everything's toxic. So this does wonders. Okay, and I can go on, but I just showed you a simple visual proof. I like to validate things with life, with nature. Nature always proves to you what is true, what is not, and most of the stuff out there is bunk. It's all theoretical and theories and a bunch of so-called scientific information being thrown at you to sell you. Okay. But structured water makes everything else work better. It helps to, healthy skin, healthy hair. You need water for your hormones. You need water for digestion. You need water for brain chemistry. Your brain uses the most amount of water. Your brain's processing so many things, billions of things going on. It needs water to provide the electrostatic balance, so you can feel calm, grounded. Water grounds you. You need to feel grounded. And most people are overstimulated. Oh my God, they're all over the place. Structured water is one of your keys. Okay? I even take water when I take a bath, and I use this little thing to structure my water in the bath. And it's a big difference. The water feels silky and smooth, and it neutralizes the chlorine. And it actually becomes therapeutic, because if you take a bath in regular chlorinated water, you're absorbing chlorine. It's one of the most toxic compounds you can put to your body. So we need to use these you need to use tools to help you, because we live in this funny, toxic society. This is one little simple way. Your choice, small investment. You're not going to have to pay thousands of dollars. This is like a fraction of what other gizmos are being charged for, and it does miracles. I just showed you with the plant. Let's look one more time at the plant. These leaves were on their way out, drooping. They were drooping, and they're all. Within 30 minutes, I noticed this plant was already starting to rebound. So structured water is going to do the same thing to your cells. It's going to help them to fully hydrate. It's going to help to purge. And as you use this structured water throughout the weeks and months, you're going to notice a change in pH. It's going to help to remove a lot of parasites, heavy metals, but you need to prove it to yourself. So again, I'll probably be doing other experiments, simple ones like this, that show you through simple observation and simple tools. You don't need to spend all this money and all these gimmicks. So many gimmicks out there. So rethink of how you go about your health, but also pause when you hear something that's being hyped up. You can feel it. And if it's being hyped up, it's most likely not going to do what it's claiming, because they have to hype it up to sell it to you. Okay, and I think some people they love following a paradigm, and many people are not looking healthy or well. So, but water is the key. So I've given you some powerful tips. If you want one of these, just email me. I'm willing to do a quick phone session to answer any of your final questions. But I would get one of these in your household. Not only for you, but your family members and friends. You can serve this water to friends, family. And another thing that this thing does, I forgot, is you can remove the pesticides and stuff from your fruits and vegetables. You can actually plug up your sink, fill it up, and let the water run through there. Let your sink fill up, put your veggies in there, and remove pesticides. It will neutralize all that grunge that's on the leaves. Even organic produce, they're spraying their stuff occasionally, so you might want to reconsider that as well. So this thing is powerful. And also, you can cut up fruit. Let's just say strawberries. Cut up fresh strawberries, put them in a bowl with structured water, and it has been proven that the nutrient content increases by being in structured water by 30% sometimes. That's humongous, okay? Just having structured water increases the nutrient content in fruit. And most people would not believe that until you experience it. So I have done enough experiments. That's why I always tell people, let's go to foundation basics, because without structured water, not much is going to happen. All your supplements are probably not going to work without structured water. Your libido and your hair health and brain health aren't going to be at full capacity without structured water. So structured water is the foundation to me, and it's self-explanatory. So we're on day 12, 30-day challenge. This is going to be the big catapult that you may have been seeking. I don't know. Again, if you have questions, email me at Rino, R-I-N-O, at rinosoriano.com, rinosoriano.com, and I'm willing to communicate with you and do a quick phone session so we can get your questions answered and get one of these in your family and in your house so we can help you to bling out your body. Okay, I've given you enough for today. I'm Rino Soriano. I'm the Conscious Health Alchemist, and you know what time it is, right? Healthy body, healthy body, happy soul. I'm all over the place. All right, see you next time. See you soon.